Hello and welcome to this e-learning project. On this video you will learn more about semantics, important aspect about these topics. Well, the points to be studied on this video are what's semantics, what's meanings, lexical relationship between sentences according to the meanings, lexical relationship between words according to the meanings, and the last one, ambiguity. Okay, in order to start this topic, we must define what is semantics. Is that a science? Is that a branch? Well, semantics is a branch of linguistics which study the meanings of words, sentences, and phrases. But when we heard the word meanings, we may imagine the word pragmatics too, because pragmatics is also interested on studying meanings. So what is the difference? Are those the same? Well, it is important to clarify that semantic is interested on meaning of words in isolation, while pragmatic is more interested on the meaning of words in use according to the context. But in order to clarify this, we must study a sentence. The sentence says, he turned red. So, what is the meaning of the word red in this sentence? Well, according to semantics, this word can mean a color, because semantics is studying the meanings of words in isolation, independent on the other words. But what about pragmatics? Well, pragmatics study the meanings of words according to the context. In this case, according to pragmatics, these words may mean this word red may mean angry or embarrassed. So this is the main difference about semantics and pragmatics. He turned red. According to semantics, red means color, and according to pragmatics, red means angry. That is according to the context of the sentence. That is the main difference about semantics and pragmatics. So the semantic analysis is more interested on the conventional meaning of a word instead of those that a person relates to this word. We must know that semantics deal with two different meanings, two different types of meaning. The first is conceptual meaning, and the second one, a society meaning. So what is conceptual meaning? Well, conceptual meaning is all those aspects that are related to the meaning of a word when this is used. For example, conceptual meaning you can find in dictionaries that give the concept of a word. Let's make an example. The word needle. What could be the conceptual meaning for this word? Well, according to the dictionary, you will find according to the dictionary, you will find this conceptual meaning for this word: sharp, thin, or steel instrument. These are the conceptual meaning for this word needle. So what is a society meaning? Well, a society meaning refers to those associations or connotations that a person do about a word. For example, let's do the same word. The same word needle and needle. But now let's make a society meaning of this word. In this case, people may refer to this word and can imagine different things. For example, this is a society meaning of this word. When you hear the word needle, you can imagine pain, blood, or something hard to find. So this is a society meaning of the word needle. So this is the difference between conceptual meaning and a society meaning. But in semantics, we deal more with conceptual meaning rather than a society meaning.
Focus in a way in which words can be related, because words cannot only be treated as containers of meanings, they can also have relationships with each other. So if we ask the meaning of the word big, we can say that is the opposite of the word small. So let's study individually the ways in which we can relate the words semantically. And the first one is synonymy. Synonymy are two or more words that are similar or have related meaning. It can be helpful when you want to avoid a word over and over. So let's see some common examples. We can say that the word beautiful means to say that the word attractive, but they have different spelling and also different pronunciation. Also, we can mention the word intelligent, and if we want to say it in another way, we can say smart. So, this relationship between this word is called synonym. When you have a word in mind, you have to be sure about it if it is appropriate. For example, if we say what was his answer? We can change the word answer by the word reply, and both are correct because they are appropriate in context and in circumstance. But if we say she only answered one question, in this case, we cannot change the word answer by the word reply because it will sound odd. It will not be appropriate in context. That's why we cannot say that the word sayings means total sayings, because we can have this kind of case and we have to choose the appropriate word in text. Way to make a lexical relation between words is antonyms, and we can mention that the antonyms are simply words that mean the opposite. For example, big and small, they have different meanings and they are opposite in meanings. Other way to make a relation between words is by homonyms. Homonyms are words that have the same pronunciation but they are totally different in meaning. For example, meat and meat. They have totally different meanings, but they are pronounced by the same way. Other way to make lexical relation is by polysemy. Polysemy is basically when a word has different related meanings. This means that it can have multiple meanings. For example, food. We can relate this word to a foot of a person, also to a foot of a pet, and so on. So we can notice that this word can have multiple meanings, and this word we can recognize it by the context.
Continue to the topics. Paraphrase is the one sentence the relationship that two sentences with it the being paraphrase of each the other. For example, the paraphrase: the boys like girls and the girls are like the boys. This is example the paraphrase and moral entertainment. When each sentence entices the others to be true. For example, the moral entertainment. John is married to Rachel. To Rachel, John's wife. Chris is a man and Chris is human. Asymmetrical entertainment. Only one of the sentence must to be true for the other to be true. For example, the asymmetrical entertainment. Rachel is young with a ten. John is married, but John is married does not entail Rachel being his wife.
To conclude this video, we must study the last components of this topic, which is semantics. The last component of this topic is ambiguity. This part of the meanings of words is one of the most parts. To conclude this video, we must study the last components of this topic, which is ambiguity. Ambiguity is how sentences can have two or more possible meanings according to the meanings of words or according to the words that a phrase contains. For having ambiguous sentence, we have two reasons. The first reason is lexical ambiguity. So what is lexical ambiguity? Lexical ambiguity refers to when a sentence has two or more possible meanings according to the meanings of the words of the sentence. Let's make an example. Okay, the sentence says, women appeal to the pub. This word may have two different meanings. The first meaning for this word is ask for help. So the sentence will say, women ask for help to the pub. That is one meaning. But we have also a second meaning for this same word, and it is the second meaning for this word is are attractive to. And the sentence will say, women are attractive to the pub. So it is important to identify what is the correct corresponding meaning for this word according to the context of the sentence. So the second reason for having ambiguous sentences is structural ambiguity. So this is basically when a sentence may have two or more possible meanings according to the word that the phrase contains. Let's make an example of this structural ambiguity. So the sentence is, enraged cow injured farmer with axe. We have two different meanings according to the words that the phrase contains. The first meaning for this sentence would be that enraged cow injured farmer using an axe. And the second meaning for this word could be that a farmer who had an axe was injured by a cow. So this is basically how ambiguity works in changing meanings of a sentence or changing the meaning of words according to the context of the sentence. So this is basically how ambiguity works in meanings and how this ambiguity helps to understand the concepts or the meaning of a word according to the context that we have through the sentence. So through this video, we have learned different aspects of semantics. First, we study what is semantics. Second, we study what's meaning. Third one, we study the relationship between words according to the meaning. Then we study about lexical relationship between sentences according to the meaning. And last, we study about ambiguity, which is the last part we study according to the meaning and how a sentence can have two or more different meanings according to the words or according to the meanings of our words. So this is all. Thank you for watching this video and see you next time.